good, cyberpunks and retro nerds? Tommy the Hammer here, coming at you on a Tuesday. And today I thought we would tackle a movie that I've never seen before. I happened to pick up the double feature of The Boogeyman and The Devonsville Terror. Now, The Boogeyman I've seen before. It's directed by, and forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, I can never say it right, Uli Lomo. And, you know, when I was younger and actually watched the Boogeyman movie, it left a lot to be desired. But we're not here to talk about that movie right now. Who knows, maybe down the line I'll do a review of that, because it does have some interesting moments in the movie. It's just not good on the whole. But it's also coupled with the other movie, The Devonsville Terror, which he directed as well. And, you know, judging based solely on the films of his career that I've seen, you know, I don't have much high expectations for this movie. It's just one of those movie covers back in the day that grabbed my attention as a kid, and I've always known about it, but I've never fucking seen it. So today I thought we would tackle that. And while I check out the movie, why don't all y'all motherfuckers check out the trailer, and when we get back, we're going to discuss the Devonsville Terror. Cheers.
Together we will travel through your past. We will see what is hidden.
On this, the 7th day of November, 1683.
1683.
You are convicted in the name of this Commonwealth.
I'm being punished.
Devilish practices by witchcraft.
I'm going to die.
Centuries ago, the forces of evil were driven out of Devonsville, Massachusetts. Now, 300 years later, the devil wants it back. Jen Scanlon has come to Devonsville to teach the children, but she is about to learn that she is a messenger from the dark side. Only evil will out evil.
On November 3rd, it will be exactly 300 years to the day.
That's a pretty grim day to remember.
You're talking about the witches.
Now, please. Let us pray.
They're starting to believe that you, Chris, and Monica are a reincarnation of the three witches. I believe it.
Yes, you.
I just got done watching the Devonsville Terror, and overall I'd have to say I found it to be much better than the movie The Boogeyman, but all of the problems that were present in this director's prior film are actually still present in this film, The Devonsville Terror. Initially, when the movie started, I thought it was going to be a lot better than The Boogeyman. The production seemed to be light years ahead of that movie. And there was actually certain moments that kind of impressed me. 3 witches were killed by the townspeople of Devonsville, and 2 of which are seemingly innocent, whereas the third one was actually a witch. And upon being burned at the stake, she curses the town, per usual. Suddenly, 3 mysterious women appear in the same town of Devonsville, and the whole entire witch conspiracy begins again. This movie actually kind of reminded me of Rob Zombie's The Lords of Salem, only his movie is infinitely better than this movie. But it had that kind of vibe. It's, you know, that type of occult horror or witch exploitation, whatever you want to call it. There was a plethora of films in the 70s and 80s that dealt with witches and, you know, horror of the occult, mainly because movies like that preyed upon people's fears. And, you know, coming off of the squeaky clean 1950s, there was a genuine concern, amongst, a lot of, conservative males that, housewives were delving into the occult or witchcraft. And so a lot of movies like the Devonsville Terror kind of preyed on those fears. There's also George Romero's Season of the Witch, Rosemary's Baby, things of that nature. I'm just going to talk about the horror in the movie. The special effects are pretty damn good. At the very end of the film, we literally get to see someone's head explode, and then we watch a man's face melt completely off. That within itself is worth the price of this movie. The beginning also harbors a couple of death sequences that I just did not see coming. A woman is dragged through the woods and eaten by hogs. Another woman is tied to a wagon wheel, set on fire, and rolled down a hill. That's a fucking new one. But overall, I'm kind of glad I watched it. I like horror movies that involve witchcraft. For some reason, I just find the mood always to be very creepy. I like the time period, the early 1980s. I like the way it's filmed. It's got a lot of dark contrast, moody autumn scenery, and a lot of surreal dream sequences. So, you know what? I'm satisfied I actually watched this movie. But out of 10 stars, I think I can only give it about a 5. And I feel pretty generous giving it that. But that's only because, when it comes down to horror, I usually find something to enjoy in the movie. And that's exactly the case with the Devonsville Terror. If you've seen just about every other witch-themed horror film and you're still trying to find another one to watch, then you could probably do a lot worse than this. So there you have it, folks. Check it out.